Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in another video today, and today we're going to be recapping today's NBA games, and there were 11 games today. We're going to be going over 9 of them. One with the Rockets. I already talked about that for my Rockets postgame, and the other is the Pistons and the Pacers, that was kind of meaningless as both teams are eliminated. But all the other games we are talking about from today, and we're getting started with the Miami Heat and the Washington Wizards. The Washington Wizards beat the Miami Heat 114-108 with Daniel Gafford scoring 22, Johnny Davis 16 for the Heat. They were resting all their players tonight. 30 for Victor Oladipo, though, so no starters were playing for the Miami Heat, though. And then the Celtics beat the Raptors 121-102, 21 for Jason Tatum, 26 for Sam Hauser, and 22 for Peyton Pritchard. For the Raptors, 19 for Pascal Siakam, 12 for Fred VanVleet. The Raptors are locked at the 9 seed. They will be playing the Chicago Bulls in the play-in, and the Hawks will be playing the Heat in the play-in. So those are locked. Everything is locked in the East. Matchups are set in the East. Yet the play-in games are set. So are the playoff matchups with the Sixers and the Nets and the Knicks and the Cavs. So everything is set in the Eastern Conference. You just got to play the play-in games. Speaking of the Hawks, yet the Hawks losing to the 76ers in overtime today, 136-131 in overtime. So you got the Sixers, they're not playing their starters either. So all their starters are out. And their leading scorer was Jalen. Is it Jalen or Jaden? Jalen, because you have the two twins. Jalen McDaniels, 24 points and 11 rebounds. Georgie Yang with 24, and Daniel House Jr. with 22. For the Hawks, they did play they played all their players today. And Trae Young had 27 points and 20 assists and 19 and 8 for John Collins. Tough loss, but it was in overtime, and they're already locked in at what they're in, so it doesn't really freaking matter. The Nets with a really good win over the Magic today, 101-84. With this win, they are clinched into the playoffs at that 6th seed to play the Sixers in the first round. Cam Johnson has 18, 22 for Bridges, 14 and 15 for Claxton. For the Magic, they're rested. Franz Wagner played, but besides that, all their good players are out. Franz Wagner had 12, Cole Anthony had 14. That's really it. And then the Grizzlies clinched the 2 seed in the West today, as they're locked at the 2 seed. So Denver was already locked at the 1 seed, but Memphis is now locked at the 2 seed, and so is Sacramento at the 3. So Grizzlies win 137-114 over the Bucks. Bucks, they're not playing their players as well. 24 for Jay Crowder, 25 for Lindell Wingington, and then 14 for Goran Dragic. For the Grizzlies, you have 36 for Jaren Jackson Jr. as their starters played today, and 19 for Luke Kennard. They're trying to lock up that 2 seed. They did that, and the Grizzlies their starters finished the season, because I'm sure now that they're locked at that 2, they're not going to play their good players in the final game of the season. Pelicans beat the Knicks 113-105. Pelicans have still not locked into they are locked into the play-in. They will be in the play-in, that's for sure, but they're not locked in there. They can still possibly get to the 6th seed. There is a chance they could get to the 6th seed. But with everybody in the West eliminated, outside the 10, they will definitely be in the play-in tournament. But there is a chance they could make it in the 6th seed. But they get the win today, 113-105 over the Knicks. 31 for Trey Murphy, 18 for Brandon Ingram, 23 for C.J. McCollum, and then for the Knicks, 28 for Archie Barrett, 24 for Quickly. No Jalen Brunson, no Julius Randle. And then one of the toughest losses today, Dallas Mavericks are officially eliminated against the Chicago Bulls, 115-112. Luka Doncic scored 13 points, but he only played the first quarter, so 13 points in the first quarter. As the plan was to play him in the first quarter, then take him out, and then he was never going to play the rest of the game or their last game against the Spurs. 11 for Davis Bertans, 12 for Lawson, 11 for Justin Holiday, 13 for Morris, and I would expect the Mavs to lose their last game on purpose to the Spurs on Sunday, as the Mavs are trying to stay in the lottery. Right now, they're they're at the 10 in the draft right now. Now the lottery happens. That if there's a chance they could get outside of the top 10 in the lottery, but they want to be in the top 10 in the draft because if they're in the top 10, they get to keep their pick. If it's 11 or higher, if it's 11 or lower, then the Knicks get their pick from that Porzingis trade. Or not Porzingis trade. Is that from? No, I don't know. Yeah, that's Porzingis trade. So they get that from the Porzingis trade that they made a couple years ago. So in that case, that's the point. That's why they lost tonight. And so I think there's a decent chance Dallas could get a top 10 pick, but I think they want to get more of a chance of that happening by possibly losing on purpose against the Spurs on Sunday. But the Mavs season is over. 23 for Patrick Williams, 24 for Kobe White, 20 and 10 for Vucevic. So the Bulls get the win. Good comeback win for the Bulls. Warriors beat the Kings 119-97. The Kings had a hard decision to make in this game. So if their players go out there and they get the win, they'll have to face LeBron James and the Lakers in the playoffs. And they wouldn't face Stephen Curry and the defending champions Warriors. Now, but if they lose this game, they would play the Warriors. So they did choose to rest their players, and they will most likely be playing a matchup in the playoffs against the Golden State Warriors. With all likely, the Warriors and the Kings will be playing a first-round matchup. But today in this game, 15 for Metu, 15 for Trey Lyles, and then for the Warriors, 25 for Curry, 29 for Klay Thompson, 18 for DiVincenzo. The Warriors get the win. If I was the Kings, I would rather play the Warriors. The Warriors are a bad road team, and you match up better than you do against the Lakers, with the Lakers having a lot of size with Anthony Davis and LeBron James. The Warriors don't have as much size with biggest players. They got Draymond Green, and I mean, who else? Draymond Green and Kevin Looney compared to having to deal with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. So I'd rather play for a Kings team. I'd rather play the Warriors in the first round, but we'll see. And speaking of the Lakers get the win over the Suns, 121-107, 22 for Austin Reeves, 24 for D'Angelo Russell, 14 and 21 for Anthony Davis, 16 for LeBron James, and 21 for Malik Beasley. For the Suns, they rested all their players. No KD, no Chris Paul, no D-Book. This was a back-to-back for the Suns, though, so that's why their players were being rested. And Campaign had 13. Jock Landale had 17 and 10, and that was an 18 for Torrey Craig. So that was it for that game. So, yeah. You guys have more thoughts on today's games? That's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.